Hi BookTube, it's Gina. Happy Thursday. How are you? I thought it would be fun today to do a little bookshelf tour of all of my Rosamunde Pilcher books because I have some really fun things in my collection that I'd like to share with you. Now, you know Rosamunde Pilcher is one of my favorite authors, and I've been reading her books since I discovered her in 1991. And my goal was to own everything. I'm also looking for multiple editions of things. I love buying her books, and I've got some really fun stuff that I wanted to show you. So I'm not exactly sure how this is gonna work because I'm just used to sitting here and talking to you, and moving around it might be a little bit awkward, but we'll do the best we can, and I will try to make this not too terrible. So the first thing that I want to show you, I already pulled this off of the shelf because it's a little on the delicate side, is this Woman's Weekly. This is from December 18th of 1982. So it's a Christmas edition of Woman's Weekly, 23p, and a dear friend bought this for me for a gift because it's got a Rosamunde Pilcher short story in it. Look at that. So it's got the Christmas tree in the picture. The short story is Miss Cameron at Christmas. And it's a wonderful, wonderful, really great short story. And I just thought that was a really fun addition to my collection. Next, and then we will get into the books, I promise. I've showed you this before, but we've got a lot of new people on here. So this, all right, this is so exciting. I found this in a book, actually this book, at Half Price Bookstore. And this is actually a postcard signed by Rosamunde Pilcher, addressed to a friend, Mrs. Ned Bell, in Portland, Oregon. And so it came from the UK by airmail to Mrs. Ned Bell or Ball. I don't know. Her writing is not great, but if you want to pause it right here and read it, it's just a short thank you. She was getting ready to do publicity for coming home, which I've got to get a frame for this. I want to do something like this to just make sure I keep it safe. But that was such a score. I was so excited to find that. Next, let's look at the two books that are not fiction. The first one, this is The World of Rosamunde Pilcher, and this is just a set of, let's see, it's edited by Siv Bublitz, and it's got some essays from Rosamunde. It's got photos. It's so good. I love this book. Recipes. If you love Rosamunde Pilcher, this is a must-have in your collection. Next, along the same lines, is her Christmas book. This is Christmas with Rosamunde Pilcher. And this is another super great one. It's edited by the same person, and also got great pictures and descriptions of her holidays, pictures of the family and the home. Look at this. I just absolutely love this. So this is something that I pick up every Christmas. This edition is not great. The cover's kind of munched a little bit, but I got it on Thrift Books, I think, or one of those places for very inexpensive. All right, so let's dig into, actually, let's start with this end over here because these are the super special books. And the first two I'm going to show you, these are Golden Harlequin Library volumes. I was shopping with the same friend that bought me this present. She came out to visit me and we were book shopping, and she found a whole shelf of Harlequins, which I bought a lot of. And we started digging through those because Rosamunde Pilcher used to write, her first books she wrote were under a pseudonym, Jane Fraser. And she's got a few in that old Harlequins and Mills and Boon. And so we were digging through those, and my friend realized that she's also got some stories in these Golden Harlequin libraries, also under the name Jane Fraser. So in this one, volume 23, there is a story, and it's a fairly long story, right? Because there's only 3 stories in this book, so it's not a short story collection by any means. This is called The Keeper's House. Isn't that fun? So there's The Keeper's House. And then, let's see, in this one, volume 6, there is a story called, am I not going to be able to find that one? My friend did a great job because there were a bunch of these and she flipped through all of them to find ones that may have Rosamunde Pilcher in them. And they're not all labeled, so her name is not in the like a table of contents in all of these. So I should have planned this a little bit better. I thought there was a table of contents in this one. Let's see if we can find it. I'm flipping. If she's the first story, I'm gonna laugh. All right, you know what? I'm gonna come back to this one because I don't remember which of the ones is hers. It's Never to Love, A Long Way from Home, and The Golden Rose. And I'll look up which one is hers, and I'll put it in the notes down below so I don't take up any more time looking at those. And then, all right, these are the 3 best books in my collection. This one was a present from my sister, and this is from the Harlequin Classic Library. This is a Jane Fraser, and this one is Young Bar. And let's see, I have not read this one yet. I don't want to read them all because I won't have anything left, but I do want to read this one. And I also have this one in a Mills and Boon collection edition. And look at that. Aren't these just absolutely gorgeous? Oh, I love these. And then one more this is a Harlequin edition, sold originally for 50 cents. Oh, this one sold for $3.6. So I'm guessing that's a British edition. And this is A Day Like Spring, and I have read this one, and it's very sweet. These are very sweet romances. You can tell it's Rosamunde Pilcher. The style is exactly the same. They're not as robust as her later books, but they're still really, really good. I've also just got a paperback of Coming Home. And this is mostly just placeholder because I had a little bit of room on my shelves. That one will go away as I find some more. Okay, and then I've got these. Let's pull these off here. So these and all of these paperbacks are the same books in different editions. And these are when Rosamunde Pilcher first started writing under her own name, these are the books that she was writing. So they are these shorter romances. Another View. I'm not going to go into synopsis of all of these because we'd be here all day. Sleeping Tiger, The Carousel, The Empty House, The End of Summer, Voices in Summer, The Day of the Storm. I think I have all of these. I think I have all of her books in these editions. Under Gemini. And then this is Wild Mountain Time. And this is actually a large print edition. So I'm still on the hunt for this one in a non-large print, just because I want to have everything. But these are the hardback editions of all of these. So I'm not going to go over every single one of these because they're duplicates. And let's see, here's one stack. I mean, they're so pretty. They've got really nice covers. Some of these were mine, some of these were my mother's, and when she passed away, I snagged them. And then here's the other stack. So I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'm missing one. I'm gonna have to figure out which one of these I'm missing and go hunt it down. Okay, so I got the paperbacks. I've also got a little paperback of The Blue Bedroom, which is a short story collection. And then these are some new release editions of The Shell Seekers and September. September was the first book of hers that I read, and so it will always be, they'll be one of my favorites. I bounce back and forth picking my favorites because I love them all. But September was the first one that I read, although The Shell Seekers was the first big book that she wrote, as opposed to these little romances, a big family saga. And oh, this is so good. The fun thing about this is the September, it's not a sequel necessarily, but it does have some of the same characters. So some of the characters in The Shell Seekers pop up in September, which is really, really fun. I read September first, and it was totally fine. And then lastly, I've just got hardback editions. Now this is not the exact book that I read first of hers, but this is the same edition that I first read this in. I read it in a library edition. I found it at the library. And yeah, so this was the first Rosamunde Pilcher that I read. Then I don't remember which one I read next. But I've also got Winter Solstice, which is a favorite of mine. And then I've got this edition of The Shell Seekers, and this pretty, pretty copy. I've got Coming Home, which I also love, but a little bit less. You know why I love Coming Home a smidge less than the other three? Because the other three all feature an old lady main character, and this one it features a young girl as she matures and grows up into an adult, which is also wonderful. But I have an affinity for these old lady characters, so that's probably why I love those so much. And then I've got her short story collection, Flowers in the Rain. So I am now going to dust this shelf, put everything back together, and I will talk to you later. Bye.